Hey everyone! Welcome back to Intonation in Action. I'm Emily, and today we're talking about the music of your voice, how it can make the same words sound friendly, confident, or even a little confused. If you enjoy these conversations, tap follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode.
And I'm Zach. Intonation is one of those things you feel before you fully understand it. Today we'll make it simple, practical, and fun. So by the end, you'll notice patterns you can use right away.
Quick story. Last week at a coffee shop, the barista said, "You're here?" with a rising tone. It sounded surprised and sweet, like, "Oh, hey!" When a different customer said the same words with a flat, falling tone, it felt like, "Why are you here?" Same words, totally different feeling. That's intonation at work. So, intonation just means the rise and fall of your voice, the melody. A related word is emphasis, which word you push a little stronger to show meaning or emotion. Has that kind of mix-up ever happened to you, Zach?
Oh yeah, I once told a friend, "Nice job," after his presentation. The words were positive, but my tone was too flat. He thought I was being sarcastic. I learned fast that a small lift in pitch and a warm rhythm can turn doubt into support. Emphasis matters, and so does the shape of your voice.
Quick recap. Meaning lives in how you say it, not just the words. 3 helpful ideas today are stress, pitch, and rhythm. Stress is where you add energy. Pitch is how high or low your voice goes. Rhythm is the overall beat that keeps everything flowing.
A simple listening tip. Imagine arrows as you hear someone speak. Questions often rise, statements often fall, and lists step down like stairs. You don't need perfect rules, just notice the general direction. Your ear gets smarter each time you listen.
Another word you'll hear today is cadence. That's the natural flow of speech, the gentle pattern that makes a sentence feel smooth. When you listen, try humming the cadence quietly. If it feels sing-songy, you're getting closer to natural rhythm.
One more real moment. A roommate once started a serious chat with, "We need to talk," but used a fall-rise pattern, down, then up. It softened the message. Same sentence, less pressure. That fall-rise can signal openness, like, "I have something to say, but I'm listening too."
If you're new here, a quick reminder to hit follow or subscribe. It helps more listeners find us, and it tells the apps you want more episodes like this. Thanks for supporting the show. It really makes a difference.
So what's coming up next? We'll move from big picture ideas into everyday use. Where to put stress in a sentence, how to keep a steady rhythm, and how pitch shows politeness or confidence. Think of it as tuning your voice like an instrument.
Quick mini recap before we dive deeper. Notice the arrows, feel the cadence, and choose stress with purpose. Even small adjustments can make you sound clearer and kinder in any conversation.
Ready to jump in? Let's get your voice sounding natural, confident, and alive. Let's dig a little deeper into stress. First inside words, then across the whole sentence. Word stress is which syllable gets more energy, like record, noun, versus record, verb. Sentence stress is which words you highlight to show meaning.
I ran into this at an electronics shop. I asked for a record player, but I accidentally said record player. The clerk thought I wanted to record audio, not play vinyl. One tiny shift changed the request. Clear word stress saves time and money.
Same thing happened when I moved apartments. I said I needed to address a problem with my lease, and the manager started writing down my street address. That word has twin meanings, and the stress tells you which one you mean. Handy, right?
Quick terms. Content words carry the big ideas: nouns, main verbs, Adjectives. Function words are the grammar glue. Articles, prepositions, auxiliaries. In a normal sentence, content words get more stress. Function words fade a bit so the message stands out.
Listen to the difference. I need the ticket for tonight. The stressed words tell the story. What, ticket, and when, tonight. If I stress different words, I need the ticket for tonight. It adds urgency. Same sentence, new flavor.
Contrastive stress is when you move the spotlight to fix confusion. My friend brought me almond milk, and I said, I ordered oat milk, not almond. That shift, oat, not almond, politely corrects the detail without a long explanation.
Do you ever use it to soften bad news? I do. A colleague asked if our report was late. I said, it's not late, it's just not final. The stress guides the mood. Yes, there's a delay, but not a disaster.
Mini tip you can try while walking or cooking. Tap your fingers for the stressed beats in a sentence. I paid the gas bill today. Most people tap on gas and today. Feeling the beat helps keep your speech natural, not robotic.
Another small trick, imagine bold text in your head. Which words would you bold to make your meaning clear? Those are your stressed words. The rest can relax. It's like highlighting the most important parts in a paragraph.
Quick check-in. So far, we've got 3 layers. Word stress for clarity inside a word, sentence stress for meaning, and contrastive stress for corrections or focus. Which one do you notice most in your day, Zach?
Lately, sentence stress. In meetings, I try to push the key idea. We need more time, not more features. That tiny shift kept a project from growing out of control. People heard the priority because the stress made it obvious.
Nice. As we move on, keep your ear on those highlights. Which syllable in the word and which words in the sentence. Up next, we'll connect that stress to rhythm, so your speech flows like a clear, steady line instead of sharp little spikes.
Speaking of flow, rhythm is the steady beat that carries your words. Pacing is how fast or slow you ride that beat. And chunking means grouping words into small, clear bundles so your message lands without stress.
I heard this on a bus last night. The driver announced the stops super fast, one long stream. No one moved. Then he tried again with chunks. City Center, next stop, transfer to line B. Suddenly, people nodded and stood. Same information, better rhythm.
A tiny breathing tip changed my pacing. I pause for a heartbeat at commas and a full breath at periods. Not every time, but often enough that my sentences feel like waves. Build, pause, release. Silence isn't empty. It's a tool.
In the kitchen, I do the same. If I'm reading a recipe out loud, I chunk it. Add the onions, cook 5 minutes, stir in tomatoes. Each chunk is a thought group. That just means one idea per breath. No rushing, fewer mistakes.
In meetings, chunking helps people follow. I might say, quick update, the design is ready. We need feedback by Friday. I also link small words to keep the beat smooth. That linking is the gentle connection between sounds, like tiny bridges in your sentence.
Numbers love slower pacing. On a customer call, I'll say, the code is 974C. For dates, I group them. June 12th, at 2 p.m. Pacing, by the way, is your speed choice. You control it like a volume knob for time.
That reminds me of subway announcements. Doors closing, stand clear. The rhythm rises a little, then settles. Cadence, the overall pattern, should feel walkable. If I can walk to my words, I'm probably pacing well for everyday talk.
Reductions show up in natural rhythm too, like gonna or wanna. I use them sometimes, but if clarity drops, I switch back. Once I said, "Want to share the file?" And someone thought I was joking. Slower pace, full words, problem solved. Quick recap. Rhythm is the beat, pacing is speed, chunking is grouping. Zach, when you feel nervous, which one helps you first?
Chunking, always. In an interview, I said, "Thanks for having me. I'm excited about the role. Here's how I can help." Those slices kept my breath steady. A thought group gives your brain a railing to hold while you move forward.
A small listening habit. I hum the rhythm of a podcast under my breath and mark soft slashes in my notes. I loved the film because the pacing felt real. Hum means a quiet sound without words. It teaches your mouth the pattern first.
So let your speech travel in short lines, not one long mountain. Choose a comfortable speed, breathe between ideas, and trust those pauses. In a moment, we'll connect this steady rhythm with pitch, so your meaning feels gentle, firm, or excited on purpose. Let's connect pitch to everyday meaning. When your voice rises at the end, it often signals a question or an open door. When it falls, it sounds complete, certain, finished. And that little fall rise, it says, "I'm open, but careful."
Yesterday at the hardware store, I asked, "Do you have a stepladder?" The first time I used a clear rise at the end, and the clerk leaned in to help. Then I tried a flat fall by accident. It sounded like a statement, and he hesitated. Same words, different pitch, totally different reaction.
So, rising pitch usually fits yes-no questions. Is the office open? Falling pitch fits statements or whit questions. Where is the office? What about that softer middle space, the fall rise? It often shows politeness, uncertainty, or invitation. Could you help me? Open and kind.
I use that in emails I read out loud before sending. Would you be able to review this today? The words are polite, and the pitch adds warmth. Quick note. A hedge is a softening word like maybe, a bit, or kind of. Pitch plus hedges equals gentle requests.
Speaking of gentle, let's talk about uptalk, rising pitch on a statement. In some teams, it signals friendliness and checking in. "I finished the draft?" It invites feedback. But in other rooms, too much uptalk can sound unsure. Context matters. Choose it on purpose.
I had a manager who loved clear falls on decisions. We'll launch on Monday. No rise, no wiggle. When I needed input, I'd add a small rise. We'll launch on Monday? That tiny lift turned a decision into a question without adding extra words.
Tag questions are perfect pitch playgrounds. With a fall, "It's cold today, isn't it?" You expect agreement. With a rise, "It's cold today, isn't it?" You're truly asking. I do this with neighbors all the time. Quick weather talk, instant connection.
I used a rising tag at the airport. Gate B12, right? The agent smiled and confirmed. Later, with a friend running late, I used a falling tag. "You're still coming, aren't you?" It lightly pressed for commitment without sounding angry.
Politeness also lives in how we end. "No thanks," with a warm fall, feels firm but respectful. "Sorry," with a rise, invites the other person to repeat. Once on a train, I missed an announcement, said, "Sorry," and the conductor repeated it kindly.
Mini recap. Rising pitch opens a door. Falling pitch closes it. Fall rise keeps it half open. Add hedges for softness or remove them for clarity. Your pitch is a dimmer switch for emotion. Brighter, softer, or steady.
Quick listening habit. Notice the final syllable direction in the next three conversations you hear. Up, down, or down, up. That shape is the intonation contour, the path your voice travels. Spot the pattern first, copy later when it feels natural.
And when you need extra kindness, pair a small fall rise with words like could, might, or would. For example, when I borrow a charger, I say, "Could I use this for a minute?" People almost always say yes. The tone carries trust.
Last thought before we move on. Choose your pitch like you choose your shoes, for the place you're going. Meeting? Clear falls. Brainstorm? More rises. Requests? A gentle fall rise. Next up, we'll turn these patterns into quick listening drills you can use anywhere. Let's make this real with three quick drills. Shadowing is when you listen and speak along with a short clip, matching rhythm and pitch. Recording is simply saving your voice. Feedback is noticing one thing to improve, then trying again.
I started shadowing on my commute. Earbuds in, I played a 15-second weather update and followed the speaker under my breath. First hum, then whisper, then normal voice. By the time I reached the cafe, my mouth knew the pattern without thinking.
Here's a 3-minute loop I use. Pick a 20-second clip you like, listen once with full attention, then hum the melody. Then echo shadow, speak half a second behind the voice. Next, try in sync, record yourself, and compare. Short, focused, done.
When I echo, I mark tiny slashes for thought groups. Little chunks like, I loved the talk. The ending surprised me. A thought group is one idea per breath. Those slashes slow me down, so my meaning stays clear.
Pick a single focus each round, stress, linking, or pitch. If I chase everything, I fix nothing. One day I track stress only. The next day I listen for linking, those smooth connections, so the sentence feels like one road, not bumps.
Recording felt awkward at first. I kept deleting. Now I name files like April 12th, coffee order upbeat. I open one old and one new and listen for differences. Are the stressed words brighter? Are pauses cleaner? The waveform, that squiggly picture of sound, helps too.
For feedback, I ask one trusted friend for one note only. Was my ending rise or fall? Sometimes I run a quick transcript app to spot missed words. A feedback loop just means try, notice, adjust, repeat. Small circles that add up.
Micro goals keep me steady. 2 90-second loops while cooking pasta and washing dishes, done. I stack it with routines so it doesn't need willpower. If I skip a day, no drama. I just pick up the next tiny loop.
Outdoors, I do chorus shadowing quietly, blending with a podcast while walking. First, I hum the cadence. Then I add words on the stressed beats. That hum is like training wheels. It teaches my breath where to go.
Quick recap. Choose a short clip you enjoy. Set one focus. Shadow with echo, then in sync. Record. Compare. Adjust. Keep it playful. Your ear learns the shape. Your voice follows a moment later.
Try one loop in the next 24 hours, even a bus announcement or a movie line. Private is fine. Aim for progress, not perfection. One clear beat, one clean pause, and you're already improving.
Up next, we'll wrap everything together. But keep that loop handy. It's your pocket tool for sounding natural anywhere. Kitchen, street, or meeting room.
As we wrap up, here's a simple truth. Sounding natural comes from small daily wins, not big, rare effort. Today we touched stress, rhythm, and pitch. Choose one dial to turn a little each day, and conversations start to feel easier.
Quick story before we go. At the pharmacy, the line was long and the tech looked stressed. I said, "Could you check if my order is ready?" With that soft fall rise. Her shoulders dropped, she smiled, and helped fast. Tiny tone change, smoother moment.
My favorite micro habit is the 1 minute arrow check. While listening to anyone, podcast, meeting, barista, I notice the final arrow, up, down, or down, up. If I copy just one clear fall on my next sentence, that's a win for the day.
Here's a small daily menu. Morning. 2 sentences while the coffee brews, with calm, steady rhythm. Afternoon. Echo one short line from something you like. Evening. Send one message with a clear fall at the end. An anchor just means a tiny habit tied to a routine.
Keep your feedback loop light. Record a 10-second voice note, label it with the date, and compare to last week. Are your stressed words brighter? Is there a breath between chunks? Celebrate one clean finish. Momentum grows when wins stay small and visible.
I use that in a tense project update. The fix is ready. Testing starts today. Clear chunks, gentle pace, firm fall. People relaxed, and the questions got practical. Tone didn't solve everything, but it opened the door to solutions.
Travel tip I love? Pair a fall rise with warm words. On a bus last week, I asked, "Could you tell me if this stops at Maine?" The driver nodded right away. Pitch carried respect before the words fully landed.
Quick recap to take with you. Highlight the right words, move in short thought groups, and choose endings on purpose. Rise to open, fall to close. Fall rise to soften. One decision per message is enough. Clarity beats speed every single time.
Thanks for spending time with us today. If this helped, follow the show and share it with a friend who loves language and great conversations. Your support keeps these episodes coming.
Keep those micro wins going. One calm breath, one clear beat, one kind tone. Your voice is your handshake. We'll catch you soon.